What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Had another good day at the warehouse today. And good news, I didn't dump any stuff on the freeway when I picked up some inventory. I wanted to share a simple way that you could say God's told me who I am, or just something about me, or you could say it's a way that He's provided for me and, in a sense, prepared me for entrepreneurship. But basically, I like doing a lot of stuff, and the reason why is because probably there's some nature in there, but there's a lot of nurture in there that's credit to my parents, where we were just always very involved. I used to joke that it felt like the biggest sin we could commit as kids was having free time. Which is not really true. Like, I definitely watched TV like every day, but at least most days in middle school for sure. But just, multiple extracurriculars, academic, music, athletic, community service, just all the time, go. And then even in high school, just academically was a lot. It was definitely harder than college. Not necessarily intellectually, but maybe. But for sure in terms of the hours involved. I mean, it was probably honestly double the hours per day spent in academia in high school than in college. When you count class time and homework time and study time, it was hard. It was a lot. And so maybe growing up it was like, I don't know, I didn't really think too much of it. I wasn't like mad about it. I didn't necessarily love it. I probably loved it because I wasn't mad about it. But it was just normal, like you do a lot of stuff. And so, so now I like doing a lot of stuff. I like having a lot of things going on, and it helps me stay engaged, stay interested. I am pressure prompted, which is a code word for I'm a natural procrastinator, and not until a deadline is coming up close, or you're just like survival mechanism kicks in, where it's like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to survive? Like, will I be able to make it? Like, that is what often triggers me into a higher gear of productivity and output. And it feels like a lot of my life I have lived in that state due to however many things I'm trying to juggle. At least one of those balls is like threatening to fall on the ground. And so it's maybe a little bit of a high stress way to live. And I'd say one way that God has helped heal me is that I'm not obsessed with efficiency anymore, and He's taught me how to rest. Like, I take a Sabbath, I get pretty decent sleep, and I'm pretty decent about like not trying to multitask all the time. Like, if I'm at home, I'm probably present at home with my family. I'm not trying to do something usually, or thinking about what I'm not doing that I could be doing. But I'm just thankful that I genuinely prefer having almost too much to do, to think about. Or even you could say having too much to do, and then having to choose what's the most optimal way to not score an A+ on every single thing, but let's keep them all afloat, and those types of choices enable me to focus. Whereas if I had enough time to get an A+ on everything, I would probably be getting D's, because it just doesn't trigger that place of urgency that as whether it's my personality or ADHD, it's just like, it feels like a necessary ingredient. And so I'm I'm thankful that it was normal growing up to have a lot of things going on, because and I feel like God has used that to just speak to me about who I am, and it's helped me as I transition into entrepreneurship to just feel like able to do it and do a lot of different things and think about different things. And it doesn't feel so overwhelming or so impossible. It feels kind of right and peaceful to have a lot of things going on. One time, I think it was spring of my sophomore year of college, I dropped 2 classes during a semester, and at that point was only taking 9 hours of class. I did that because after journaling, I felt like I just, praying, and felt like God wanted me to do that to teach me how to rest, and also to break down my pride. I had so much pride and so much shame about only taking 9 hours. I'm like, that is not impressive, and just learning to be okay with, what if you don't perform amazing? What if you don't have this crazy output and whatever? And it was great. It was a humbling semester, but it wasn't fun for me. It wasn't like, I did not thrive. I do feel like I learned the lessons I needed to learn at the time, but one of the biggest lessons I learned is that I actually prefer a busier schedule. Like, I like it. It's not something that's just me trying to perform, just me trying to prove myself, just me trying to achieve or be something for someone else. It's like, this feels like who I am. And so that enabled me to embrace a busier schedule from a place of like, I've already arrived, not from a place of I'm striving for the next thing, but like, the journey is the destination, like the working hard to do things is the thing, It's not about how much money it'll make or how impressive it'll be. It's like, man, let's just do hard things and see if we can, or let's just do a lot of things because that'll be so fun. And let's still value rest, of course, but taking that semester to dive deep into a slower pace, 1, it did help me to value rest more, but also 2, it helped me to see that I prefer busy, and I've been made for not busyness, but like, I've been made with a high capacity on purpose. Another thing that helped me do is just mentality wise to not get mad at other people when I am busy. And I don't know if you have ever felt this before, but let's say with your job, like, it's demanding, and let's say internally you feel really mad at your boss, like, I can't believe I have to do yada yada yada. Or with school, it could be like, man, why did this teacher assign this amount of homework? Yada yada yada. I'm so mad. Like, I don't feel like I'm so mad, because I've learned to embrace the taxing nature of life, I guess you could say. Like, I know things are going to be hard, things are going to take time, and that feels fine to me and preferable, that it would be difficult, and like my choice to live a life that is a little bit more stretched and to utilize this high capacity that I feel like is a gift from God. Like, it's all my fault. I mean, it's not my fault, like, I didn't make myself, God made me, but it's not just because someone else is bad that I feel stretched. It's like, I'm supposed to feel stretched, if that makes sense. So just knowing that's a part of me and not just circumstantial, not just things that I do, has been so helpful to enjoy it, to find rest in it, to find joy in it, and to find peace, and ultimately just know that I'm just being me. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. Hope you're encouraged about something you love about yourself today. It's Saturday, guys. It might not be when you're listening to this, but Oh my goodness, my boys are waiting for me. They're standing on the porch because they love me and I love them. That's all I got for y'all. Life is worship. God is love.